You're turning 18 in 1 month.
Yeah, 45 days, yes.
How do you feel about that? Do you feel like you're gonna be your unk now?
Yeah, it's my unk moment. I've been teasing my CEO for being old for so long. Well, I still don't fit his bracket. Like 30 plus is a unk. Well,
You're getting canceled for that.
Yeah, how do I feel about it? I'm actually pretty excited. I'm pretty excited to open my own Robinhood account and Coinbase account and maybe Gemini account, because I heard you can just get like Zcash rewards.
I heard Kraken is really good.
Kraken, it's more very popular in EU, but not really in America. Like our CTO used to be the CTO of Kraken before.
Wait, really? Why did I not know that? What?
Oh yeah. He's a very low key guy. So, but he told like some crazy stories about like how. I mean, it's not really crazy. He was telling us stories about how like whenever he used to make, I think, like 2 trips to EU every month. That was very funny. But most of their team is, I guess, in EU. And one more thing he told me is like every time a US Marshal would go with him, or like he would check him or like escort him to the airport or something like that, because Kraken is a big exchange. So yeah.
Well, that's crazy. No, it's also crazy how you mentioned that, like, okay, when you turn 18, that's when you can finally do a lot of the legal finance stuff in America. Because I literally remember being in high school.
Country.
In any country? Wait, in India too?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, yeah.
Everything is above 18.
Because like I remember being in high school and being like, holy shit, like I want to open a Charles Schwab account, and like, oh, I want to open like a Coinbase account, but I couldn't. You literally cannot do anything related to finance until you're like a legal adult, which means that like I remember I was really obsessed with like having freedom and like control over my life when I was like, in high school, and just having a lot of like independence and stuff like that. But it didn't, like, I don't really think my life started until I turned 18, to be really honest. Like that's when things started happening in my life. Yeah. But for you, on the other hand, I think like things have been happening since you were like, maybe the real, like, things really started happening when you were like 12 and such. Yeah. So I think we should first go back to the beginning of that, because I think what's very interesting about you is that like I think your life started when you were like, what, 7?
I used to play Angry Birds. I used to play Subway Surfer. I played all these games. I was completely addicted to these games. And my dad saw this. He's like, okay, you're fine. You like playing these games. There's this boot camp happening on IT. So just go here and see if you like anything.
What's IT?
Information technology. There's like, they didn't really call it tech back then.
Okay, because I thought you were referencing like a college in India.
No. That's IIT.
IIT and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was also preparing for that. Well, I didn't go there, or I'm not planning to go there either. So,
Oh, and then I don't know if I should mention this for more context.
Okay.
You immigrated from India to America at 15.
That is right. I got my O1 visa at 15, yeah.
You were like the youngest O1 visa receiver at 15.
Yeah.
But you also like were living in Dubai before, you're living in the Bahamas before, and you're working through all that. We'll get into all of that. Yeah. But yes, continue. So you were into IT.
Yeah, I went to this, like, it was literally called the IT bootcamp. So they brought on a bunch of founders from Goa, from India. Like they shared about what their company worked on. Like this bootcamp, by the way, was for, I believe, like 12 to 16 or 17-year-olds. And my dad was able to sneak me in somehow. Thank goodness.
But was it like not obvious that you were like 7?
Yeah. I mean, like they were fine with this. No, it's not a big. It wasn't a big deal. And they like the one thing I really loved doing there was building games. They introduced us to Scratch and Code.org, and there you could build games and you could express a lot of things. And I think the tools of expression, like till date, the reason I love coding is because it's an amazing tool of expression. Like if you have an idea, you can just build it out. And once I started building on Scratch, I built like a very, very MVP version of Minecraft. I built, I think, some like science experiments within there. But I saw that there was a limit to it. There was a limit to like how much you can do with Scratch. It's like a drag and drop programming language.
Yeah, I've done some coding before, and I remember learning Scratch in elementary school.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty sick. And then I got introduced to robotics. I started building these like line follower robots. Like I started participating in like college contests. That was super fun.
You were doing college contests when you were
about 8-9, I guess. 8-9, yeah.
Like it doesn't sound realistic to me.
Oh well,
you know what I mean?
I have pictures. Wait,
it's like I know it's. I'm not saying that. I'm not doubting, but it's kind of just like
it is unbelievable.
Because you said that you basically coded for like 5 years straight from when you were 7 to when you're 12.
Yeah, I mean, I still code. Yes.
I mean, it's just like I'm just like what?
Yeah. That's right. Yes. Yeah, so I started like writing. So I think Arduino is in C#. So I started learning there, and in probably like a year or something, I got fed up with it because getting good components was a nightmare in India. Like I went to a contest and my line followers IR sensor broke, and I was like just so pissed that I had to just give that up. So I left that, and then I started looking at like fully software engineering side of things. So because I heard the word C# before, I was like, let's learn C. I learned C, then C++. I spent those like 5 years, like 7 to 12. I just spent learning different stacks. I learned building websites, apps, games, like different kinds of things. I also did ethical hacking for like a brief period. And then I had to drop it because this is a separate story.
And so you were just like, after school, you just be like learning all these on your own time, like every single day?
Yeah, I went to classes. There are many websites like Free Code Camp, which helped me a lot learn these things. Yeah. Code Academy. Like these are some, Coursera was really big during COVID. I think I gathered bunch of just like these certificates for like completing courses, because COVID was actually a turning point for me because I had all the time in the world. Previously, I used to spend like, I don't know, like 7 hours a day in school. And now I could spend like 24 hours just like locked in doing my thing.
What, you were 12 when the pandemic hit? And you know, it's really funny. So for me, you know what I did during the pandemic?
Okay.
So this was like sophomore year of high school for me.
Yeah.
I watched 16 hours of TikTok every single day.
Wow.
That's what I did during the pandemic. But it was great. Wait, I just remember the only thing, I don't remember anything. Because you know, I don't remember anything because I'm pretty sure the only thing I did was watch TikTok for 16 hours a day. Like I was not doing jack shit. But I'm pretty sure like now in society, you see a lot of these like really cracked like kids because they like took advantage of the pandemic, and sometimes I'm like, damn, like I wish I did more.
You are making content now, so that TikTok did like turn out to be useful.
It did something. My brain rotted. Like accelerated my brain rot.
Your brain rotted in such a right way because now you can talk to the other kids who are brain rotted in their language.
Exactly. Yeah. Tell me about. Did you have like an existential crisis when you were during the pandemic? Because you also mentioned that you became really religious during this time.
Yeah, I don't think I experienced existential crisis during that time. I did become more religious. Like since I was a kid. So like I went to a pretty religious school. So they like every morning we had to chant prayers for like 30 minutes something, and over there I really learned different. So my mode of sorry, what is it? The language of communication was actually, the mode of communication was not English. It was Marathi. Marathi is like one of the Indian languages. So and every morning I used to chant these prayers. I didn't really know much about them, and I was not super religious, but I was also not not religious. I was right in the middle where like making deals with God, like if I get good marks I'll see you, things like that. So I guess that's pretty common. Everyone does that. And what happened in COVID was I started watching this TV show called Mahabharata. So it was Mahabharata and RadhaKrishna. So these are two. Uh, so Mahabharata is like a popular epic. That's where like Bhagavad Gita is based out of Mahabharata, and RadhaKrishna are two gods. So I started watching those, and something changed in me. I really felt like, okay, yeah, there's more to life than just like money and money, fame, everything. This like all of this is just in in Sanskrit you'd call it Moha. Yeah, okay. Moha is actually infatuation, and I think more than infatuation, it's attachment to things. So I learned to be more detached to money and all these things which are not really material.
Were you attached to money before?
Sorry, I started. I stopped being attached to like more of these material things. Yeah. I was not attached to it, but I guess this is pretty common in high school and just I guess secondaries. Like you'd want to be in the popular circles and like want to get some level of fame. Like you would, uh, at least like in the school I went, like having like a good watch would be a big thing. So like I remember when I was about 10, I was like I pressured my dad into buying me a watch, and later I think around like COVID I realized like none of this actually mattered. So I guess that's where I became more religious, and I started chanting these prayers with like no expectation of anything. I just um so I chanting them almost like 3, 4, like 6 hours sometimes.
Wait, do you remember these prayers? Like, what? How did these chants work?
Oh, you
like,
wanna hear?
Wait, you chant right now.
So this is Venkatesh stotra. Starts with Kamala kuchachu chukakum kumato niyatarunita tulani tano Kamalayatalochana lokapate vijayi bhava venkatashilapate. Okay, yeah, this is how it works.
That's crazy.
I used to listen to them and then sing it, so that's how I also improved about like learning this. But overall, yeah, I started singing this. I felt really calm and nice.
I think one of the first things you started doing during the pandemic was running up a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So, and then you said that you got like 1 million views and 15,000 subscribers within 3 months of doing this, which is like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, tell me more about that.
Sure thing. Yeah. So everything I used to learn a lot of things during pandemic, and one of those things was okay. Let me start again. So I used to learn a lot of things, and like the one thing I wanted to do is like whatever I learn, I want to teach it, and that's the best way to learning new things. I started making videos on Python and data science. I tried these different things. I posted almost like 2-3 videos a week, and I used to take those videos, go to Reddit, Facebook groups, and like post these like, hey, I'm 12-year old. Like this is this is a video I made. Please watch it. Please do subscribe. And like I did that relentlessly, and I was able to get.
So Reddit's like, what's the best way to learn Python? You're like, hey, I found this really cool YouTube video. Like you should check it out.
Yeah, yeah, those things I used to do that, and that really helped. Like that was actually one of the places I learned to do marketing. Like I think very few people like still do this, where they go to Reddit and like they advertise their thing by like talking to people.
And then how did you feel going like becoming like famous kind of for the first time, maybe through that?
I guess that was
like, how did that like impact your life in any sort of way? Or
I wouldn't really count it as famous. Like I think that was also during like that period is also it overlaps with when I started becoming religious. Yeah. So I was pretty detached to all of these things, and like I actually didn't care about money at all. Like that was a crazy phase I had from like 2 years back. You see like the guys you talk to would like really care about money, and then
really,
I mean not a lot, but like at some extent. And then the guys you met 2 years back is like, yeah, I don't really care. And then the turning point Like I started making, I guess, like $150 a month or something with YouTube. So yeah.
Yeah, that's so basically. So I guess starting off. So in 2020, you didn't really care about money. Then maybe like 2-3 years later, you did care a lot about money. And I'm assuming now you're kind of detached again from money and such.
Yeah, I guess the way I think about money now is it's just a feedback loop. Like it is like it tells you how much value you're provided to society and how much society has valued it and given back to you.
Walk me through. How did you get into crypto when you were 12?
Yeah, I want to start with like you said you're trying to get a bank account when you were 16, 17, and you weren't able to get all these like stock accounts and stuff. So yeah, I had that phase where I wasn't able to do any of these financial stuff. So like 5 years. I spent 5 years building these apps, but I wasn't able to monetize them at all because I'm underage and I can't get an account on my parents' name easily. So I went ahead and like went to this. Yeah, actually, sorry. Let me rephrase that. So the 5 years I was building all these apps
from when you were 7 to 12.
Yeah, like I wanted to monetize some of them, but the problem was I was like 10, 11-year-old kid from India, and like who's gonna give, like which payment process is gonna support this guy? So that was a huge problem. So I was never able to monetize my apps. Then I go to this webinar. COVID was also the time where I was learning different things. Go to this webinar, basics of Bitcoin and blockchain. They give me, they have a quiz. I win $20 of Bitcoin in that quiz. I was like, wow. First of all, I thought Bitcoin, you have to buy a whole Bitcoin, which is like a lot of money. Then I realized I was able to just get it without any KYC or anything. It's like, wow, crypto is freedom of money. So I went deep in the rabbit hole. I got in about Ethereum. So like the way you can think about it is Bitcoin is unstoppable, verifiable money. And then Ethereum is an unstoppable, verifiable computer. So you can write your own programs now. You can write your own apps and put on this platform. So I started learning Solidity, which is a programming language for Ethereum. And I did freelancing for about, I think, 3-4 months. And well, after the freelancing, I was like, wait,
how did you get freelance jobs?
Oh, because of YouTube. Because I started making videos on like, how to make a smart contract. And then those people are like, oh, can you help me build this? I'll pay you for this. And I was like, yeah, sure. Why not?
And they all paid you in crypto.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy? Like no payment processor would accept me, and like these guys were happy to.
You've done a lot in crypto. It's like, okay, it's like if I were to introduce you, it's just like it's hard to introduce you because you've done so much. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of like I don't really know where to like begin. You know what I mean? So maybe you want to kind of like just walk through like the 1 million things you have done in the past like 5 years. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of a lot.
Yeah, sure. Yes. Yeah, I do freelancing. I learned to do Solidity on the side, and after that I start. I want to put all this learning I had into one project. I built this back then. There are many of these like yield farms and lending protocols, and they all had different interest rate. Like I don't know what type of audience you have, but I would go with different platforms had different interest rates. So I built a platform which would find the best interest rate and then drive the money there, and like try different strategies of like how to maximize your existing positions. I built that platform. I got about $7 million in asset under management for this platform, and they didn't have to trust a 13-year-old. They had to just make sure the code is correct, and I can't drug the money, which is in the code, and I can never make changes to the code. I can never steal their money. So they have high trust in just putting money in my platform now.
Like crypto's crazy because you get completely desensitized to money, and it just like it's like it doesn't like money isn't real and doesn't mean anything, but then it's also you kind of just see like, whoa, you see these numbers on the screen, you're like, whoa, like I didn't like, yeah, you hear these stories of like, oh my god, there's like 16-year-old millionaires or like whatever, you know what I mean? But then sometimes you see the numbers on the screen, you're like how did that feel to see like Just
$7 million in your app.
Yeah, and you're being 13. Just like
it was actually a very I don't even know how to express it. It was just an experience. It was just a moment to be in, where yeah, I never imagined that this was possible, and crypto made it possible.
Because I know that you were super religious during this time, and that being really religious made you detach and desensitized to like materialistic things, monetary things. But just like, do you think it was solely because you were very religious that you never really cared? Because I'm sure that like, like I'm sure that like, let's say you're from like a super super wealthy background, then you know like of course like money doesn't like, you know, figures don't really matter and stuff. But then like literally for like probably 99.99% of people in the world, like money is the most important thing for them. You know what I mean? Like people care a lot. Like a lot of people's life goals is to make a lot of money. It isn't until after they make a lot of money that they realize that it was never really important in the first place. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I want to understand more like just like how are you detached from money? Because I also feel like money definitely corrupts people. You know what I mean? Because I feel like it's interesting that you aren't corrupted. Like I'm not saying that you should be corrupted, but I feel like if you were like, you know what I mean? Like if I got a bunch of money when I was like super young, it would just my life. I would be not very normal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess I also didn't have many desires. Like I didn't want many things. Like I didn't really like. I'll share a picture of like how me in Bahamas, like what type of clothes I wore. And so like okay, a few things. I didn't really want to buy any expensive clothes and expensive watches. Just like it's a watch. Then I guess there were few things I really wanted to do, and maybe that's maybe those were the parts where I was like okay, I think money might be important here. So like one was traveling. Like I wanted to like go and like meet other people. I can't just be in like this siloed like in the in my bedroom all the time and like talk to people online. I want to be there and talk to these guys. That's where I guess those were the two things. Like I wanted to meet new people, and I wanted to buy a new laptop. I guess those were the two things. And after that, I was like, okay, I got these two things. Like, what else is there?
Going back, so you're 13. You built this like you did a lot of things. One of the things was you built this like DeFi protocol that eventually had like you're managing like 7 figures basically. That must have been like kind of a life-changing moment for you. Yeah. And then I think another life-changing moment for you was, and also how I got introduced to you basically was, you were in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Working at FTX with Sam Bankman-Fried when you were 14. So tell me about how did you end up in that scenario?
Yeah. Well, I want to correct this. I didn't work with him. I worked for him. I mean, I worked at the company anyways. I didn't really join FTX until August 2022. It was but I did live in the Bahamas for 3 months. During that time, I didn't really work at the company, but I went there because like I was before FTX. I actually worked at Solana. And
wait, you were at Solana before FTX?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I guess you got to timelines wrong. Okay, so in March, I guess around like March, April, I was.
Okay, we should have timestamps for everything. There's too much. We should have timestamps for everything.
I guess so. Yeah, I was at Solana part time as an intern. I really wanted to like understand how these like companies work so I can adopt from it. So I did that around I guess it was Feb or March 2022 to somewhere around that. I guess it was April. I remember making a tweet and that tweet went viral. Yeah. Around I guess okay, and in April 2022 I went to Crypto Bahamas, and it was I guess till date it's the biggest crypto conference that happened because Bill Clinton was here.
Whoa.
Tony Blair was here. I don't remember I guess it was the football.
Cristiano Ronaldo?
No. That is soccer. I don't know. You guys call wait, the footballer.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, Tom Brady. Yes, that guy was there. Katy Perry was there. So like it was probably like one of the craziest conferences that ever happened in
Did you
crypto,
meet
and
these
that was
people?
top. Yeah, I met Katy Perry.
What?
Yeah, I
You
met Katy
did?
Perry. Yeah, I did. I didn't know any of her songs, and I still told her that like, oh, I love your songs.
So, okay. So, how did you meet Katy Perry in the Bahamas?
She was just going. She was roaming around in the conference.
And then you were up to her and you were like, "Hey, I love your song." And she's like, "Name one song from my album." And you're like,
No.
"Oh."
She didn't ask me that luckily.
That's
And
crazy.
yeah, Tom Brady I didn't really interact with. Bill Clinton, I saw him from like a near distance, but didn't talk to him. Yeah, I guess that was mostly it. Oh, Kevin O'Leary was there. I was also that was also a near distance. Yes. Um, yeah, it was just a crazy. That's probably a peak. And when I look back at it, I was like, I could have done so much more. I could have talked to all these people, but I was like too nervous.
No, I feel that.
Yeah.
So, weren't you in middle school?
Yeah. So since COVID, it's good you ask. So, and after COVID, I stopped attending classes. Yeah, let that sink in. So I stopped attending classes. I just answered exams, and I was doing like fine-ish. So to just like continue doing that, and I did that for like 4 years,
So
and then
you just dropped out of middle school and high school.
bingo. But I wouldn't. Yeah, I guess you can call it a dropout. I did do this exam called the GED.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, you just like you have a degree and you have a diploma, but you just like didn't
I didn't
go
attend
to
classes.
school anymore. So, what did your school friends think?
Oh, I had like, yeah, 2 friends. They're just like, wow, pretty cool stuff, dude. Like, yeah, I guess when I went back to, like, I used to go back to school to answer exams, and during that time, like, I was considered a celebrity or whatever. So,
You're a celebrity
yeah,
at your school?
Yeah, like a micro celebrity.
Micro celebrity.
Yeah.
So, would everyone be like,
Yeah, because so what happened is like when I got the $7 million in my app, it went viral.
really?
It took over entire India. It was viral everywhere. I was on Forbes. I was on every crypto media publication. I was in every Indian publication, and it was crazy to see that.
Really?
Yeah, I think that was. I still meet few people. It's like, yeah, I saw you during 2021 when you built this thing. So
would you get recognized and stuff in
yeah,
public?
yeah, I did.
Wait, why? You did not mention this lore to me, bro. What?
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, shit.
You
Yeah,
don't
I
mention this
guess.
lore to me.
See, there are too many lures, sir.
That's it's crazy. It's crazy.
So I did go viral. And like Balaji was tweeting about me, like every big person in this crypto, like because this is the moment for crypto. This is probably one of the first times a 13-year-old kid was able to get $7 million in his app. Like it exactly showed the promise of crypto.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a meritocratic system. It's the most meritocratic system out there right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's for everyone.
But then you didn't let this fame get into your head either.
Yeah,
you didn't really care, but it was like kind of cool.
Yeah, I guess there was also like opposite side during that time where like as I got a lot of fame, there was a lot of like racial hate. There was like I received a good amount of hate from just Twitter. It's like a bunch of trolls. It's like no serious people, and I guess it always balanced off. I didn't really like I was happy like Balaji was talking about me, and then like for I guess like about 2 months I was really caring about these trolls and like telling them, okay, this is what's happening, this is what is there. But there would be like assholes who would just like keep coming after me. So it's like, hey, screw them. I'm not gonna care.
Do you think you also?
But that was probably the time I remember being like sad and just like, why are these guys coming after me? So that was turning point. That made me the saying where what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That's exactly what happened to me during that time where I was really down. Like there was 1 week where I was just like super depressed about this. But then I was like what is the point of all of this? Like those are some things where like I was like these were moments where being religious I guess helped in some ways, because like I was watching this TV show and it's like there were some parts of it where I felt like, okay, I guess this it doesn't matter. There are like so many people in the world. Yeah.
It's like I can't comprehend it. You know what I mean? It's just like, and I feel like it was like also like so many years back that it also probably like doesn't really seem real for you that you like experience all of this.
Yeah, I probably forgot most of the experiences. Yeah.
But also like, did you ever deal with like, what about the problems of like jealousy? Like, did you deal with a lot of problems from jealousy? Like, if you became really famous and everyone in your community knows you, but then like, you know what I mean? Like, not everyone can be like that. There's probably a lot of like, I don't know, jealous people and such. And like, did you have problems with that? You
like,
think,
or
or
other jealous people, or me being jealous?
People being jealous of you.
Oh, that was there. Yeah, that was also something I saw within school. Like people were pretty jealous of me. And I guess people were jealous of me like even before that. I guess there were, because I was recognized before when I like crypto was probably my national level or like international level fame. But before that, I did do like all these competitions and stuff. So like in the state level, I was pretty popular, and like even within school, I was definitely popular. Like this nerdy kid who was smart. Or, yeah.
That's crazy. What the hell? Okay, anyways, so going back to Katy Perry.
Katy Perry, yeah.
Katy Perry.
Now I love her songs. Okay, now I love her songs, and I can probably name one. Roar.
Huh?
Roar. Right?
Oh yeah, roar.
Yeah,
yes, hella good song, bro.
And there's one more. I actually like 4 songs from her.
Oh, they're really good.
Yeah. Katy Perry's good.
Anyways,
yeah, she's also the top for most of the things. So like she takes picture with FTX blows up. She takes picture with Suzu goes down.
I saw the memes. I saw the memes.
And now she's dating the Prime Minister.
Justin Trudeau.
Yeah.
I forgot. I don't know how to say his last name.
I'm worried about Canada.
Yeah, you know I'm Canadian. Did I tell you before?
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm Canadian, but I also have an American passport.
Okay.
So I'm like a fake Canadian, you know? Because I can say I'm Canadian, but actually I never had to go through any of the visa issues.
Okay.
So I'm like a fake Canadian. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But you know, I also had to immigrate to America.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
You know, it was really hard.
Sure.
I had to apply for my own visa.
Sure,
you know what I mean?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Okay.
I feel the struggles. Anyways, Bahamas. You meet a lot of people during this time. Continue the story.
Yeah. Well, so I was still like doing some stuff at Solana. That's why I was like really got along with these guys. I guess this was a conference. This was my first international travel. This is also like my dad's first international travel. So
wow.
Yeah. So my dad came with me to Bahamas. He was like, because I wouldn't get a visa unless there was like adult with me. It makes sense, totally. I think that's a fair rule. And in general, like no one lets their kid go to other side of the world to a conference. So yeah, my dad came with me, and yes, I guess it was great to see like all the people I met on Twitter. I was like everyone I talked to Twitter. I was like, hey, I think I've replied to you before, and I guess we have had this like long thread of argument. Like, how is it going? So I meet like Anatoly. Who else was there? Yeah, SBF. Who else was there? I guess there were so many people. I'm blanking out at this point. Like every big person in crypto was there.
And were you just like fanboying basically?
Yeah, I was actually like sometimes people would come up to me and like, yeah, are you Gajesh? And I was like, yes. And then I like go and check that Twitter is like 50,000 followers. I was like, wow, you follow me.
So now can you spill the tea on what was it like to move to the Bahamas at 14 and work at FTX until it imploded? Yeah,
sure. Just for context, we have never had this conversation before. This is the first time I'm telling her about my Bahamas days. It was a paradise. I've never seen like so much wealth in one spot. Like, and these were also one of the brightest people I've ever met. Like, they were so smart. Like, it is pretty common with like just geniuses having blind spots, and that's what they had, and that's why it imploded. But they didn't have at least good motives. Like, I think like effective altruism like really pushed them to do and do these things. They were like giving back. They had a foundation. I remember they were like matching like every bit of fee they earned.
Wait, first let's go back to like describe actually like go back to like the you've never seen as much wealth as you have in the Bahamas. Like describe like actually like arriving to the island from India. You lived in India your whole life.
Yeah.
And then you arrive in the Bahamas and it's just like what was there?
You want to guess who my neighbor was?
Justin Bieber.
Okay, yeah, I guess.
I think I remember. I think I remember.
I guess we have talked about this.
Yeah. Or I think I heard
so
from Jay maybe.
Yeah, he lived in our like apartment. Like so, the place we lived in is called Albany, and that's where like they have a golf course which was designed by Tiger Woods.
Wow.
Yeah, they have like about 4-6 like tennis courts, and it's basically a private town they have, and it's like it's holiday home for like many rich people, traders, and and they had a private beach. And the funny thing is, I went to the beach twice in my entirety of being in Bahamas.
So would you see Justin Bieber?
Yeah, I guess we spotted him a few times. Yeah, I think it was Justin Bieber and Justin Timberlake, but Timberlake was not in our apartment building, I believe. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
And who else was there in the Bahamas with you?
Just everyone who worked at FTX except FTX US, I guess. I guess some people from FTX US did live in the Bahamas, but.
So SBF was there.
Yeah. He was few steps away. Like I think it was like 20 steps away. Yeah.
What do you mean 20 steps away?
I guess.
Like physically?
Yeah, physically, yeah. Like I used to sit here and he used to sit like on the other side, yeah.
And you would talk to him?
Yeah, sometimes, yes. And not a lot, yeah.
How was that?
A pretty chill guy. Like, yeah, very autistic.
So what did everyday life look like in the Bahamas?
For me, okay. So I lived they just gave me like a room in their penthouse. And they owned all these penthouses, which is pretty crazy. And I used to wake up somewhere around 11 a.m. or 12 p.m. and to go to the office, and they had shuttles which would take you anywhere in the island. The island was not that big, so they would take you anywhere, and I would go from the apartment from my apartment to the office, have lunch, start working, work.
You're just coding.
Work, and then it's like 2 a.m. and you go back home. If you think about it, if FTX still was there, it would have been one of the biggest companies in the world. They owned 7% of Robinhood.
Wow.
They own 7% of Robinhood. I think about 10% of Anthropic. Like, they made one of the best investments of the century, but none of these investors were looking at them. So they were amazing at EV calculations. Like they could just do it in like a quick second. Yeah, that's why I say, like when I say they were most brilliant minds in the world, they were, but they were also like, I don't think they can like they were brilliant minds because like everyone else was so high energy. Like it really, I wouldn't say tortured you into greatness. There's something I listened
tortured you into greatness is a crazy statement.
Yeah, it's from Jensen. Yeah, but that's not how I would put it. I guess the environment made it such that they would put 100%, and that environment is like, I have never seen that before. Like I guess I've seen like bits of that at Succinct. Like the last time I was here, it's like everyone's pretty high energy. It's amazing.
So were you in the Bahamas when it blew up?
No, I was not. Luckily, I was not. Yes.
Like
I went back to India because I had to renew my visa. I just got like a temporary visa to be there, and I think there was one funny incident where I went to the second time I went to the Bahamas. This time I flew in alone, and I talked to they had to like talk to the embassy and say like, okay, this guy's there, like, can we let him in? And they were like, yeah, fine. So I go to the border control and like they take my passport, they check with their immigration, they come back, it's like, oh, you're the genius boy everyone's talking about.
Bro, what? What?
Yeah.
The Bahamas embassy?
The immigration, yeah.
The immigration said that.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Wait, that's crazy.
That was pretty funny. Yeah, there was a funny incident. Yes. So what happened? So I was back in India. I was renewing my visa, and I was going to fly on, I think, November 15th. Everything comes crashing down, and from like November 7th to November 9th, those were the nights I didn't sleep at all.
Really?
Like 2 days before the bankruptcy and 2 days after the bankruptcy, I was like up till like 4 a.m. just like reading this news. I slept for like 3 hours for like 4 or 5 days, and everything just started connecting. Like, okay, yeah, this makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, but it's just so crazy to see.
I guess what was kind of like, so after this period, what was kind of the aftermath of like the FTX implosion? Because also you decided to stay in crypto. You know, I think a lot of people, the hype really died down for crypto during this time. A lot of people probably left. Probably people were probably like exploring AI and like other industries and stuff like that. You know, all the grifters, you get exposed. You know what I mean? Like the bubble kind of pops and everything. So what were you thinking about in like the aftermath of your life?
I'll tell you what the industry was, like what happened in the industry and what happened in my life. So industry wise, it cleaned out all the grifters. It cleaned out all the people who were there like just for the money. It also drained out a lot of talent at the same time, because they were just like, yeah, is this what the industry is? End of the is a bunch of grifters. Henceforth, there's like a small set of people who ended up even staying for like the tech, the actual true belief of it, and I was one of them. I experienced this entire promise firsthand. I've like so that made me really stick to this industry. It's like,
what promise?
The promise of this is the most meritocratic system out there right now. This tech is going to bring meritocracy to everyone. Everyone, we can live in a high trust society because of this. Yeah, because the main promise of crypto is like, he will not steal from you, is what Web 2 is, traditional finance, where whatever is not on crypto, what is on crypto is like, you can't steal. Like, you just can't. Like, I could have never like taken the $7 million. So that's when like the trust bar just becomes so high, because now you can like easily put like $10 million, $100 million, because the person can't take your money. So that whole promise made me really stick to this. And I think aftermath of that was like, I worked at a company for 6 months. I didn't really like working there much, and I ended up joining. I was talking to many teams. One of them was EigenLayer, and I resonated with it because I went through all of this. Like, because the whole pitch of EigenLayer was, it's a trust marketplace, and it's still a trust marketplace. We are trying to build humanity's coordination engine, and this is a quote from Sapiens, where humans rule the world not because of intelligence, it's because they can coordinate in masses flexibly. And one of the bottlenecks of coordination is trust. Once you can trust people more, you can innovate faster, you can move faster. And there was other problem of crypto. Like, once you could only scale the compute at a certain level. Like, you can't run like AI agents or like exchange, for example, very easily on crypto. Like, now it's like somewhat easier with L2s and stuff, exchanges specifically, but you can't put a AI agent. So those are some things where I felt like there was, once you, like, same as how AI was, where like once you increase the compute, you're going to get like much better like outputs. In some ways, like, yeah, I guess this is somewhat arguable, but usually like so the basic thesis: once you increase more compute, you can build more things. Once you have more trust, you can get more people to use these things. So that whole promise really resonated with me. And that's why I've been at Eigen for like last 2.5 years. This is probably the longest company I've been at.
Yeah. Because you could literally work anywhere. You could probably do anything.
Yeah.
But you choose to work at EigenCloud.
Yeah.
And
there are many reasons for this. Like there.
Yeah. I want to hear all the reasons.
One of the main reasons was founders. Sriram is like a really amazing person. And we both really resonated on the values, like just personal values. So he was also like very detached to money. Like I meet this guy and this guy is in like some like jeans and shirts, and like, well, yeah, this guy is definitely someone who's not going to spend crazy money. And then I get to know him more. I didn't want to do the same mistake that I did before of like not like meeting the team before I joined a company. So I went to Seattle. It's my first time in the US. I finally got my visa. I go to the US. I meet Sriram. I was like, okay, is this guy good? I just meet everyone on the team. It's like, is this team good? And this team was exceptionally good. Like they had heads down one goal. They wanted to work on permissionless innovation. They wanted to like exactly do the promise what they want. And back to Sriram, I think he's a very charismatic person. So he can.
No, I agree. He's super charismatic. IRL.
This is. I think Sriram was your second interview, right? Like when you started doing interviews, he was the second guy interviewed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, he's also a very good person. So I think finding a good cohort of people to surround yourself for was super hard, and like this was a clear no-brainer for me.
When do you think that? Because you know how back then in 2020, your roommate was telling you like, "Oh my God, AI is gonna like blow up in like 5 years."
Yeah.
When do you think crypto and what you're working on will blow up? Because I think crypto, it did blow up in 2021 and then it came crashing down. And everyone in this industry like really believes that like, okay, like one day, like, it's like it's all timing, right? Like there's like certain timing where things can blow up in the world where like, depending on like the direction that the world is heading in, where like things just kind of like make sense to really blow up.
Yeah.
When do you think what you're doing will kind of do that?
I guess what I want to say here is this cycle really felt like it was like I wasn't there for 2017, 2018. It really felt like that though, where people mostly what they did was they traded during this time. They didn't really build things. While if you see 2021 and stuff, people built a lot of like real things. Henceforth, I feel like there is maybe it's a year, maybe it's 2 years, but you need. I can't say it. I just don't know when it might bloom, but I've taken a gap year. I'm spending 2 more years in just like building the company and like just focusing on this goal of bringing meritocracy to everyone. And I put a head on my gun to like I have to get this done. Like this is something very important.
Wait, it's crazy because I think like going to college was like something that was super important for you for a very long time, because I'm sure like, throughout the past few years of your life, like you're super blessed to have experienced all these like very crazy things that most people in the world will never ever get to experience. Like you lived a very, very interesting life. But I'm sure it also must have been a very lonely life, because I don't really know many other like 17-year-olds who have had all these like so many highs and lows and so many like these are like so many like once in a lifetime like moments, like experiencing like moments in history, like stuff that you went through, which I'm sure like you're probably not able to relate to a lot of people, and I feel like it would be hard to make friends.
Yeah, like, I guess it was initially hard. It's always is hard at the beginning, but it's now I have a lot of friends. Maybe not a lot near my age. I guess that's fine. But it was a trade-off I had to make. Like, do I want to be in school, surround myself here, or like do I want to build these things and like just follow my passion.
Mm-hmm.
And I picked the other. I'm relatively very happy now. Like it was, I guess it was not like I had friends. Like it's not like I didn't have friends. I wasn't really.
But like
I wouldn't
their
say I
friends
was
are all
lonely.
like
Yeah.
not your age,
Yeah,
and I feel like
yeah.
life is weird when you don't talk to people your age.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? Like it's like no, it's fine.
It ages you too.
But it's just like kind of weird. You know what I mean? It's like if I
Yeah.
don't talk to people my age for a long time, I just
Yeah.
like get kind of depressed. Like I don't know. You know what I mean? Like
I see what you mean. Yeah, that's why I think college was an important part for me. Where I was like, okay, I think I should go back and go and experience this. But what I realized is that I just need to. Like, I have good amount of like I'll be 18. There are many 18-year-olds out there. I think the problem like before 18 is like everyone's in school. It's really hard to meet these guys. But now I'm pretty sure I'll like walk around and I'll find an 18-year-old just like college kid just like doing something like yeah.
and you said you want to like move to SF. Wait, I think you should totally.
Yeah, I should. Yeah, I
You
should.
100% should. Because there's a lot of people who are like similar to you who are in SF.
I would. Yeah, I think. Yeah. 2 more months. I need to find a sublease.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone listening to this, if you're trying to sublease your place from January to May, let me know.
I'll put this in the beginning of the podcast.
Okay, sure.
The podcast, bro. Wait, I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
So recently, you know, I'm sure you know, I think for the first time I experienced missing out on making a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about the token, but recently
she fumbled big time.
I fumbled on making a lot of bands. A lot of bands. Yeah, I mean, and so I'm wondering, you know, like you say that you're very pretty stable, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, crypto, there's a lot of crazy stuff happens.
Yeah.
You know, like you make a fuck ton of money, you lose a fuck ton of money. Can you give me some advice on like
how to
I want to hear more stories about how many millions have you walked away from or fumbled before in the past?
I guess I left a job where I left like 6 months before the vesting, and I could have had $5 million of equity, and it's probably worth like much more now.
Like how much more now?
I think it's like 10, but yeah, sure.
Wow.
It was pretty sizable when I looked at it.
Yeah.
And I didn't really care about that much because I was just not enjoying it. I was not learning anything new. The way I measure most of my things is based on how much I learn. So if I'm not learning anything, if I'm not growing, it's not worth it to even stay there. Yeah. And the advice I would give you is, are you confident enough you're going to make more money in future?
Wait, I'm so confident.
Yeah. I guess, you don't have to worry about it.
I like, tell me if this is true. Because my firm belief is that, like, if you're in crypto, there will always be random opportunities to make money.
Yeah,
like
I guess.
To make a bunch of money. Just like randomly stuff will happen and you will just make a bunch of money.
Yeah, don't join the industry with that motive. But that is that's true. It's so random. But what I really learned from that is the pattern is you just do things for fun and like not like if you're doing something with the expectation of an airdrop, there is like a high possibility there are a million people like you and there are bot farms running for that thing to be exploited. There will be opportunities every time. The space is one of the few spaces. I guess this is one of the reason I stayed in crypto is because the opportunity to talent density is it's crazy. Like you have so many opportunities here, but the talent arb hasn't happened yet.
Mm-hmm.
So you being talented can make you 5x more money than what you'd make in AI or something else.
Do you ever regret not doing AI early?
Do I regret not doing AI early? Not really. Depends on what time horizon you're talking about. Because I don't really see. You had to be in like the deep AI SF cult to be even like make so much like to be there. So there would have been like there's a very I can't think of a world, or there is a possibility I can make up, but I don't think of a direct world where I would have just like went to SF, got an AI job, and actually I can see that. Thing is, this world is the world is filled up with so many possibilities you just can't calculate it in your head. But yeah, I don't regret it that much.
It's kind of crazy because being in SF now, I have a lot of friends who are like 19, dropped out of school and working at like big AI labs.
Okay, now this is a very interesting topic. I
you know what I mean? Because before it's crazy. Maybe like the meta a few years ago was like work at a FANG company, or like the top thing was like working at a quant company or whatever. But now it's like big AI labs. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, for sure. Everyone wants to build the best intelligence. Like once you own intelligence, you can like do a lot of things. Yeah, for sure. I guess. But in general, I think the part I was going to talk about is people dropping out when they're really early. And I actually like the part where like they're dropping out to work at an existing company. Like dropping out to build your own company. I have somewhat strong thoughts about it.
Me too. I'm bearish.
Yeah, it's so bearish.
I'm super bearish.
Because I think the objective they go with is like, oh, I'm going to be a CEO. Like they do it for fame and money, which is usually like a bad objective. It's a complete deception where you go towards the wrong goal. The whole point of it is focus on the path. Like what are you gonna do? It's gonna be fun. So that's why I actually like what you said about your friends there, where they dropped out and like they're working at like these existing companies which clearly have like a 30-year goal. Like they're mission driven. They're not super like money driven, which makes being at those companies like very high growth curve. Then like what I also see is like people are starting companies so they can get jobs.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, it's like there are some people who exist who are dropping out of school to actually do something that is very mission driven. Sure, yeah. Like I have a few friends like that who exist. I'm very bullish on them. But just like most people, it's crazy because for example, you always see these crazy raises on your like Twitter timeline of these like, oh, I dropped out of college and I raised like 7-8 figures pre-seed or seed or whatever to do this like AI startup, and it's kind of just like these people. I feel like a lot of people don't know that like that's the peak. That's the peak. You know what I mean? It's all down from there. Like,
well, I would say they not all down. It's just.
It's just really hard. Like,
no, I could actually argue that they can have a good life after that. I think what they would just like if you're just not optimizing for the actual thing, like if you're not optimizing for a mission, you won't learn anything new. Like you won't actually learn the skills you want. You're going to learn how to fake it till you make it, and that's not an important skill to have, because that's what most of these guys are doing. Because the core problem they have right now is they can't hire good engineers. Good engineers want to work at these big labs. They don't want to work for a startup kid who's just like making up stuff he doesn't know and how to work on. No one wants to work for a 13, 14-year-old. So
because you were trying to hire when you were like 13, 14.
Yeah. So but and I did most of the work myself because I couldn't hire. And it's a fair argument. It's an ego thing. It's like people want to look up to someone when they're working for something. It's hard to find when you're young. So so most of these people, what they end up doing is they build these sloppy AI apps. Just like, dude, who the heck is going to use this? And these people are later milked by like a bunch of these agencies who just wants to like make a lot of money. So I guess if you really want to make a lot of money, do a design agency or engineering agency. You're gonna make a lot of money. The whole flywheel is like you get funding from a big VC, then this young guy gets huge funding from this VC, and this young guy goes to engineering agency and like get them to do their job. So I'm not really opposed to the idea, but I guess it's not downhill in a way where sadly the world does work in a way where you can fake it till you make it. So these people will find some positions. They will just not last very well unless you can use that fake it till you make it to like use it to grow yourself in that small little period. I guess that's fair enough. I wouldn't say there is totally downhill. That's what I want to say. They will do something. They will do something, but what they're gonna miss out on is a social life and like true skills they can build. And I guess if you're really dropping out, I didn't go to college myself, but like this is what I would advise is like do college for 1-2 years. Just learn the fundamentals of things. Like spend your time like outside of college or college work to like do what you're really passionate about, and I bet you're going to find like some opportunity which you can like take a gap year for. Like you're doing an amazing job. Like you saw a clear like skill you have, you want to grow, you took the gap year, and now you're working at something like making these amazing podcasts.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Go, Sarah.
Let's go.
That's what I'm super bullish about. Like those people are going to just kill it.
What do you like learning about these days? Like, what are you obsessed with these days? Like, because you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's like we're always trying to like improve ourselves. You know what I mean? Like we're always trying to improve ourselves, whether it's like health or like fashion or like smarter or skills or whatever. And there's like different areas to kind of like optimize for. Yeah. So what are the current what are you currently trying to be better at?
Trying to get better at epistemic humility.
Oh.
Epistemic humility. Yeah,
I've heard that term before.
It's a term I didn't know until I joined Eigen, but it's. So I want to add context that I was very miscalibrated. So miscalibrated is a term which my mentor and my CEO uses. It basically means that you say things which in such high confidence without actually fully knowing about them. So like you like being epistemically having epistemic humility is like going with a beginner mindset for everything, going to someone like genuinely learning. Like you wouldn't make like complete rash decisions and stuff. You'd go with it's basically I don't know everything, but I would learn. Like it's going with the growth mindset that I want to learn more. I want to like every person has something to offer, like something to learn from. Like you can learn something from every person you meet. Like people you meet. I guess this is probably off topic, or I guess it overlaps somewhat. But if you see Steve Jobs, like he has one side where like he probably wasn't the best like family man, but on the other side he is a great innovator. And it's your choice of like what do you want to learn from that. Like do you want to learn his like family side, or like do you want to learn like how he was a good innovator. So I don't know how it all that was just a random thought.
Yeah, I guess my question is, what are you currently trying to learn?
Okay, your question was what am I so that's one thing I want to improve on. It's like I want to try to learn
less
better.
Transactional.
well, I don't think I'm much transactional. At least from my view.
No, I don't think so either.
I'm trying to just learn as much as possible. What I'm trying to learn, except from that, is just coordination systems, because like all the things I'm explaining to you right now, I wouldn't be able to like quoting Yuval Harari on like, okay, humans rule the world not because of intelligence, but because they can coordinate in masses flexibly. This whole thing I didn't know when I joined Eigen. This is something I learned over time, of like how coordination systems work, how trust works in society, like all these things. I'm trying to learn it, because one of the biggest things which we would need in the near future is human agent coordination. You want like verifiable agents, like the same way Ethereum made like verifiable apps. You want to have like verifiable agents, like agents which can't like deceive you, or like they have guardrails, things like that. You want to have like in future, like we deeply believe there will be sovereign agents. They're like AI lives that live in the digital world. They have their own account, their own like unstoppable runtime, all these things. Okay, these are some technical terms I'm throwing around, but what will be there soon is AI live, and this can only exist on crypto because you need to have high trust in these agents. Yeah.
Wait, tell me. So, do you think is Eigen like? I think Eigen has kind of pivoted from like a few years back, like what you guys were focused on. Do you think like is Eigen kind of pivoting towards this?
Yeah, we never pivoted. I guess we never pivoted to AI. That I can say very clearly because even when I joined,
restaking.
Yeah, it was restaking was like the general like high level what we would like the term we would use to explain other people. But underneath, like, what can you do with restaking? It is like AI co-processors, AI inference platforms. Like, if you open our articles in 2022 and 2023, you will see AI being mentioned there. So it's not something new. It's just something that, like, previously people were, when Eigen started, people were focused on bridges, oracles, those things which needed this, like, trust. But right now, people are more focused on, like, AI. So we're catering both sides of the market. Like we have our crypto like infrastructure users, but we are also focusing on the cloud end where AI is accelerating so quick. So it's what I wouldn't say we really pivoted, like, because one of the reasons Sriram actually left, he worked in genomics before blockchains, and one of the reasons he left was because
genomics.
Genomics. It's
like bio stuff.
It's bio stuff. Yeah, and one of the reasons he left was because he first got introduced to blockchain. He was very fascinated by the idea of like coordination and everything, and other reason was the fact that AI was growing so quickly. Like, because I think he was working. Hopefully, I'm not misquoting this whole story, but he was working on this project which basically got trashed. To, like, I think it got replaced by like a AI project which was happening on the side, and he realized how fast AI is growing. He was like, okay, AI is growing so quickly. I probably don't have an edge while working on this, but I can work on coordination systems which can help AI in future. That's why our main goal is like we're building humanity's coordination engine. And yeah, I guess I would really not call it pivoting, but the way I see, I was just thinking about this curve we had is like we first built like the app layer where people can deposit like restake. Now you have trust, like people are putting trust, and then we built the infrastructure layer of like, okay, now this trust is going to be used for infrastructure, and like now we have built the infrastructure, we're going to go back and like start building apps. Like you see in my tweets, I'm making like all these apps like showcase what our infrastructure is, like how our verifiable compute works, how our verifiable AI works. Yeah, so I mean, on the AI side, I think we have done some pretty cool things where like before thinking machines actually, thinking machines made a blog post on like how to make AI deterministic. So deterministic is like reproducible. So like if you ask it something, it will reply with the same thing again and again. About like a month ago, we had a patent for that filed. So we have been pretty deep in AI.
You mentioned like how Sriram was talking about how like he kind of pivoted because he realized that he needed like an edge, or he needed to like find his edge in like what he was doing. I guess I'm kind of wondering this, since you are turning 18 soon, is what do you think your edge is? Because you know, like, I know that it is good to not tie your skills and abilities with your age. Yeah. And I'm sure that you didn't. But for most of your life, you were kind of known as like, like the 13-year-old, the 14-year-old. And I know I kept saying like, oh yeah, you were 13 years old. Before you knew it, just like, it's like,
it's used at a damn time.
Yeah, and it's still cool because like it is true that the fact that you were so young and doing all these things, like it does make it like extra unique and extra special. But also it's like, as we grow older, like you cannot tie your age to your brand. Your age cannot be a spike. It cannot be the edge. Yeah, and so I'm guessing like, what do you think like your edge is now, or how you see like the future and how you want your life to kind of look like, and
for sure
what you kind of want to do?
I stopped using age as a as an edge or a weapon, like since I was, I think, 14, because like when I got into crypto and stuff, I would say, yeah, I'm 12. Like when I'm even making videos, I'm saying I'm 12. When I'm making my project, like I'm 13. I used it as a weapon. I'll be very honest with it. I used my age as a weapon when I had nothing, because it's not like I didn't have anything. The things I did work on things, but those things were what college kids would work on. So that's how much like people could calibrate with like what I was able to do in that period of time. So
Exactly.
and like I wasn't able to get all these opportunities out of the blue. So like I had to use something, and I did use age as a weapon. But after 14, I used to have it in my Twitter bio that okay, I'm 14. I removed that, and since then I think I've changed maybe like probably once or something. Like during my birthday and stuff, I post like my learnings and things, so maybe people can guess my age. Although I stopped using it as a weapon because I had other things as weapons. Because I had this like platform which I built, like it's like $7 million asset management. You can't do that even like that easily, even out of college or like 5 years with your job. So those things were cool. Like working at FTX, like dude, no, not me. So I saw those all the things as like they were edges I can use. But in terms of like actual skills, I have a good sense of growth hacking. I have a okay, growth hacking is one. Uh, I'm really fast at building things, so I can spin up like an idea to an app super quickly. And with AI, it's just magic. Like I work on three different yesterday I was working on three different things at the same time, like thanks to AI. But the other thing is I I can learn fast. Learn like whatever you give me, I will try to learn it somehow. The three key edges I have, and the other skill I have is just control over uh my temper and like just
Like being very
being
calm.
calm. Yeah.
Being very calm and
Yeah,
stable.
yeah. When I'm with my friends, I'm like completely full blown. I'll make like I'll yap a lot. But yeah, but temper is I don't have temper anymore.
But you used to have temper.
Yeah, I guess it was. Not sure. It was, I think, pretty. I think it was a peer group in like at least in my school. I think most of the peers were like very violent.
Violent.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you see, there are like.
What do you mean violent? What?
Like violent is like there would be like one fight a day.
You fought with other.
Like, no, not me. I didn't fight. But
like fist fights.
Yeah, there are fist fights in like our like the corridors during like lunchtime stuff. Like at least, yeah, once a day. So I just saw that and was like, I guess that. I mean, I didn't have a crazy temper. I was just like pretty mad about things, but I'm not easily mad about things anymore unless it's just like something really annoying.
You know, I'm really bullish religion.
Yeah,
I'm really bullish religious people. I think the main thing is also because
I guess there's like a part of religion people miss too. I want to correct myself is that there is someone taking care after me. Also, it doesn't mean you shouldn't do anything.
Yeah,
it's just the fact that you are putting out good energy in the world. There is a person balancing your good energy and like rewarding you for that and like not letting you just go down unless.
I also feel like religious people.
Like karma is a pretty universal thing, I believe. Yeah.
I feel like religious people, you have to have good morals if you're religious. Because you can't be like immoral because fear of God and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I guess fear of God really helps in just having good values.
You know, because it's like, again, it's just like your life is very different from most like high schoolers in India. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's very, I feel like it's very, very, very different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's still like kind of surreal sometimes to think about, right? You know what I mean? Because I feel like it's like, and it's not saying that like, oh, because you're from India, you had a disadvantage. But like, there are things that are more difficult to get. You know what I mean? Like, or I'm sure that like things would have been more easier in America. Or like, I mean, I don't really know that much. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess I think few of the things is just like I think America is a very meritocratic country. I think it's one of the most meritocratic countries out there because
Is India not?
I wouldn't say that. I think there is like meritocracy also comes when there is high trust in society, and America is very like the most high trust society. Like,
What do you mean
I
by?
mean, I guess high trust and like relatively it is pretty high trust. Like for example, I would give you the example I could give you is like uh, a 16-year-old, a 17-year-old can easily raise money right now. They can they can raise this entire fact is not true in several countries, like especially in India. It's just super hard
Why is it hard in India?
because it's just
Is there a
it's
lot of
just not
status
common.
stuff in
No,
India?
India is more. It's a collectivist country. At some level, it's a socialist country, but it's mostly collectivist, where like it's uh, people don't try to do something different. People go in groups. So like they would, if everyone's doing engineering, I'll do engineering. If everyone's doing startup, I'll do startups. I guess that is pretty common. But anyways, there has not been like there hasn't like taking difficult decisions or like different taking risk is not common in India. That's what I can say. While I think taking risk, the risk capital in America is much higher. Okay, I'm just trying to interpret it better. So I gave you like three different
Yeah.
interpretations, but
Yeah.
like risk capital is much more accessible in America compared to India. Like it is right now, if you see the stats of like YC actually funded like 3 companies this year in India, while like 3 years back it was I think about 50, 60.
So only.
I guess it was 100, maybe it went down a lot. So
Why did it go down a lot?
I guess there is one problem in India's creativity, and I was also not very creative. The way you get creativity is by freedom to just like explore different things, and like that's just not there because
Would you say you
everyone
had
just
freedom though?
yeah
in India?
I would like yeah definitely like the one way I see the way I would describe my creativity is I've explored things in breadth that I can mix 2 pieces of information really well. Like I can mix like growth and engineering really well. Then I can build these apps which go viral. So, but in India, on the other hand, like it's like if everyone's trying to get into IIT, everyone will try to get into IIT. So that's and creativity wise, like people don't really support like, oh, you want to be an artist, that's like a job. I guess that's also pretty common here, where like if you're going to be an artist, like what job are you gonna have? And the other okay, I guess the other one could be that they like you're forced to go to like tuition classes, like just do what the teacher says. Like I'm also my sample size may be low. Like I don't know how like entire India works. Like there are maybe silos where it's different, but at least the one I experienced, I can see that like creativity is not that like it's just the freedom to explore different things is not that appreciated.
Do you think you inspired like other people in your community to
I hope so.
pursue like a more unconventional path?
Yeah,
Like,
I
do any of
truly
these
hope
people
so.
like reach out to you and be like, "Hey, Gajesh, I don't know if you remember me, but we used to be classmates and like elementary
Oh.
school," and you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, well, I do respond to those things. Yes. I'm a like my DMs are open. Everything. It's like I'm an open book, and I really hope I can inspire more people, because it's the meritocratic world I want isn't gonna happen until more people try to build things, try different things. So the reason I love internet is because it's also a meritocratic place, and crypto is the place where you can get the trust, that the meritocracy for this.
financial wealth is the primary indicator of life success. How do you feel about that statement?
Financial wealth, life success. No, I wouldn't totally really say that. No, a life success is different. Life success can like there are people super rich and they're still sad with their life. That's definitely not a life success. That maybe like a indicator, not all the time. Maybe indicator that you provided value to the society, and society has rewarded you for that value you provided. For example, Steve Jobs, then all these like all the top 10 richest people right now, they provided some level of value to society. That's why they're the richest people. Like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, like all these guys built amazing products which we use every day, and that's why they are the richest people. like the way Naval describes wealth is like, or money is IOU. It's just a IOU. So I wouldn't, the way I would say life success is just having a good family. It's being, happiness is also just like a mood, but just having peace with what you have done is life success.
Besides, like, I can always tell that like that you really respect and you look up to like people like Naval and like Sriram and probably like Steve Jobs and stuff like that. Who are some other people that you're really inspired by? Like you look at their life paths and you're like, wow, this is like super inspirational to me. Yeah. I would want my life path to look something like this.
Again, I want to clarify that there are parts of their lives I really respect, and like the difference I said before about Steve Jobs. Like I don't know about his like family side life, but like I do respect what he did as a CEO, as an innovator. Then the other people I do respect a lot is I guess Jensen Huang is he's probably somewhat similar to SPF. I guess like it's he has like 60 reports. I was pretty surprised by hearing that.
How is like Jensen Huang similar to SPF?
Just I guess it's having a flat structure and being able to like just go up to the CEO and like, okay, yeah, what is happening? Like the accessibility to CEO and like just removing the bureaucracy is probably like the nearest I can see like of SPF. It's probably like a startup. He still operates the company as like at least having 60 reports is crazy. I've actually never heard of a huge CEO having this many reports.
It's like 60 direct reports.
Yeah. So I would say he's one. Elon Musk is one. His whole ideology about like being hardcore is amazing. It's so good.
Explain more. What do you mean his idea of being hardcore?
Like just how can I explain hardcore? It's
like very intense
in like what you do. It's everyone has different interpretations of like what hardcore is. Like the way I would probably describe it is that you're all into what you're doing and you're going to get it done. Like you're relentlessly trying to execute on it. Yeah. That is probably one. Let me actually pull up. I think there are definitely like people I really listen to a lot. Recently I was listening to, this is probably a popular name, which is okay, Balaji is one. But this is a popular name which has been popping up recently, Lulu Chang. I think she has some good advice. And yeah, her advice are really good. But who do I look up to is a pretty great question. I think there are not many people. So I think Brian Armstrong is also a really good founder. Yeah. But currently I look up to a lot of like tech CEOs.
Would you want to be a founder in the future? Because you already are an acquired founder.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was a founder once, yes. And it doesn't, like, unless I deeply feel like I must work on this mission and I can see a 30-year vision for this and see that 30-year goal, like what I really believe in and what I want this company to look like, I don't want to start the company. It just doesn't like I don't want to do it for the sake of doing it.
Yeah.
Like I want to go to someone when I'm hiring and like give them a reason why this is the only thing they should work on. And unless I feel confident about that and just like then I'm okay, other constraint here is that someone else shouldn't be working on this before, or like someone else shouldn't be like if someone else is working on this but they're not working on it like correctly. Like right now I'm really happy being at Eigen because it's exactly what I want. Like they want to work on building a meritocratic world. Yeah, I'm all in for that. And they're doing everything right. Yeah. So like most companies, like they like I made this tweet, I think day before yesterday or yesterday. It says startups are basically companies arbitraging big tech's incompetence.
I saw that.
Yeah. So if that's one more that's probably how I would summarize the last one, where like if big tech is working on it, but they're not working on it correctly, then it's worth arbing that thing.
What are your thoughts on power? How do you feel about power? Power, status, and influence, all those things.
Oh, that's such a great question. I don't think I have strong thoughts in power. At least I don't really seek to get power.
Why not?
Because there is like what I don't want anything crazy in my life. Like
Why? Because you think you already experienced a lot of crazy things?
yeah, no, I wouldn't really even put it like that. Like if like you won't really need you really need you want power when you want to get to a mission, like get this mission out the door. Like you want to make a
Is
change.
there a mission and change that you're trying to do?
Yeah.
So why does power not like help?
Why does power not help in this? That's such a great question. Because just power can like the power plays can be dirty sometimes. Like it's not like I don't care about it. Power plays can be dirty. Actually, this is a great question. I need to think more on this before I say much. I can give a good answer with status though. I think humans are definitely a status. They are status seeking monkeys, and the one thing people want to look up to is like, or the way you truly get status is like either being rich or being super confident or being famous. And I guess what else do you get money? Wow, these are two questions I don't have an answer for.
I think power is something that like I'm very interested in. But then it's interesting because I think it's like one of my life. Oh, I guess yeah. Like maybe like the final question I want to ask for you is like, what is besides making EigenCloud win? What is the thing that you want the most in your life, short term or long term?
Oh, long term, I think I can. Short term, I want to go to college, just build a community of mine. Like I already have a community online, but I want to build like a much high energy, like just a bunch of awesome people trying to do cool things. That's probably one. Long term, maybe like yeah, having a family, just being like a normal person.
So your goal is not to be great, but you want to be a normal person.
Well, I guess the growth mentality is just, I guess that is, like, I always want to keep learning things. So long term, just be in the growth mode of, you can always learn a lot of things there. Even with AI, you would be interested in learning things. And knowledge is one of the things which is, I talk about this in my blog, but like, knowledge is the one reason why my family was able to go from like probably started like 3 generations before, where my I guess great grandfather he started the moment of just like focusing on learning different things, and then he uplifted the family a bit, and then like my grandfather, he also got good education, and he also put the bar up. My dad, same with him, he put the bar up. Like we were able to build wealth through knowledge. And yeah, I think knowledge would be just keep growing knowledge. Yeah.